Hi guys, it's Trina. Today I'm going to be checking in with how I did on my reading goals for 2015. So this is just going to be a recap of what my goals were and whether or not I did it. But I had 15 goals, and the first several goals were to finish series that I was in the middle of that I wanted to complete this year. So the first goal was to finish the Pretty Little Liars series by Sarah Shepard, and I did that. I did a full series review if you're wondering what my thoughts were on that series. My next goal was to finish the Lion Game series, also by Sarah Shepard, and I did complete that series this year as well, and also have a full series video review up. My third goal was to finish the Sookie Stackhouse series by Charlaine Harris, and I did that, and I have a video full series review up if you want to know my thoughts on that one as well. My fourth goal was to finish the Percy Jackson series by Rick Riordan, and I just finished it this month, so there's no video review up for this one yet, but there will be coming soon. Then I had a few specific books I wanted to read this year. I wanted to read the book Motherless Daughters by Hope Edelman, which is a self-help book about grief and loss, so I did complete that goal. My next goal was to finally read Game of Thrones by George R.R. Martin, and not only did I read this first book, but I actually read the entire series this year, everything that's published so far, and that was probably my biggest surprise of the year, and I don't care if I didn't finish any of these other goals on the list. I read these 5 books this year. That is a freaking accomplishment. Next, I wanted to read the book Outlander by Diana Gabaldon because I've heard so much about it, and I completed this goal as well. I also wanted to binge read the entire Bloodlines series by Rochelle Mead, and I didn't even start this series, so I failed this goal, and I am okay with that because I just stopped being interested in wanting to pick it up, and I didn't want to force myself to do that. My ninth goal was to start at least 2 other series, and I did do that. I started several series. I actually didn't keep track of it. I just checked this off, so I know that I started at least 2 other series that were older that I had been wanting to get to for some time. And the rest of my goals were just kind of like miscellaneous goals. I wanted to do Katie Tassick's TBR Jar Challenge, which I have been doing this entire year, and I have read all 12 of those challenge prompts, so I completed this goal as well. My next goal was to commit to this booktube channel for at least 6 months because I was worried that, like with most of my hobbies, I would get into it and be really excited for a while and then just kind of quit. I did obviously stay around for more than 6 months because now it has been over a year that I've been here, and I've been very consistent with the videos that I've been putting up and just loving being a part of this community, so that's definitely a big old check mark, and I'm just really still excited about having this channel. My next goal was to start a book travel journal, which is just something I made up where I wanted to write down all the places I've been through books. Since I don't actually have an opportunity to travel the world a whole lot, I wanted to write down the places that I've been in books. So this is my list here. I didn't write down every single book's location that I read, just the ones that kind of stood out. It looks like I went to 17 different states in the US, some of them multiple times through different books. I went to Russia, Scotland, Somerset, England, and London. And in the fictional places, I traveled through space several times, other planets, the moon. I've lived underwater. I've lived in a city above the clouds. I've lived in a fairy realm. I've lived in a virtual reality world, in the desert, on Mars, and I've visited Mount Olympus several times. I took road trips, I traveled by train, I traveled through dimensions, and I traveled through time. I just thought that was a cool thing to look back on, so I don't know, I'm probably going to do it next year too. My next goal was to put myself on a library ban at the beginning of this year until I got done with the books that I owned that had been sitting on my shelf for several years, so I did complete that goal. Goal 14 was to have a reading break at the end of December, which I'm currently on, so check. And then my final goal was to read 100 books in the GOODREADS reading challenge. I actually read a total of 101 books, so woo, overachiever by 1. So I completed 14 out of my 15 reading goals, and that is okay with me. Thank you so much for watching, and if you had any reading goals for this year, let me know how you did on those, or let me know what some of your goals for next year are. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the comments. Bye!